Okay.
Okay.
What is the need for all of those stuff? So basically, CCNA, what Cisco is doing, Cisco is, to acknowledge my knowledge. So it's like, for example, there is someone, okay, who should certify your knowledge. Okay, so Cisco is something which is certifying my knowledge, to certify knowledge in what domains? In your IP address. Okay, your network fundamentals. Network fundamentals, security, a little bit about security as well. Okay, then a little bit about wireless, all of those stuff. Okay, so basically what CCNA is doing, what Cisco is doing, Cisco is providing me a certificate for having a knowledge in, the IP addressing, the network fundamentals, security, and wireless. Okay, so all of these comprises of this certificate is valid for 3 years. Earlier it was 2 years, but now they have changed to 3 years. Okay, after 3 years, if you really want to go ahead, you can go for CCNP. And if you really want to renew this certificate, you can renew this certificate as well. That's totally up to you. So before going too much deep in the syllabus, let's first of all understand how the CCNA history has been traced. So basically, CCNA is divided its course into two parts. For example, before 2020 and after 2020. So before 2020, CCNA, we can do CCNA in various ways, such as, routing and switching. Okay, we can do CCNA in wireless. We can do CCNA in security. We can do CCNA in voice. We can do CCNA in, data center. There are multiple fields in which we can do CCNA. This is before 2020. But after 2020, what Cisco did, they have merged all these certifications into one certificate. Now, all of these certifications have been merged into one certificate, and that certification is known as CCNA routing and switching. Routing and switching with exam code 200301. And the validation for this certification, for the international certification, is for 3 years, as I just told you. Okay, is it clear? You understood?
Yes,
Any
yes, yes.
question? Now,
No.
so let's understand how we're gonna take this journey. Okay, how we're gonna proceed for CCNA. So what we're gonna do, we will be following first of all the Cisco guidelines. Okay, so in this, what we're gonna do, first of all, we will divide our course into 4 parts. Okay, this is not in the syllabus. I will show you the syllabus as well. Okay, so don't worry. So the which will be the 4 parts. The first one will be the network fundamentals part. Okay, in which we will be focusing. Then comes the second part would be routing. Then comes the third part, which is switching. First part, second part, third part. And the fourth is, some miscellaneous topics, which we were gonna cover. So all of these comprises of CCNA. This is something how we're gonna divide CCNA into CCNA syllabus basically. Okay, so let's understand what we will be covering in each and every of the module. Let's start with the first module, which is network fundamentals. So in network fundamentals, we will be covering basics of networking. Basics of networking. Okay, when I say basics of networking, it's types of networking, such as LAN, what is LAN, what is WAN, what is MAN, PAN, all of those stuff will be covered. Then comes the next thing, which is communication models. So we have basically two types of communication models. And what are those two? The first one is the OSI model, and another one will be TCP/IP. After this, we will be focusing on network devices. What all devices will be used in networking industry, such as, hub, switch, and hub, switch, router, gateway, access points, all these things we are going to discuss in our classes. Every network device, which will be used in the CCNA. Then comes next, which is IP address, subnetting, and VLS, and address resolution. Now, make sure these two things are very, very important in this basics of networking module, because this is not only useful in your CCNA, but if you will be doing CCNP, or if you will go for CCI as well, these things are very, very useful. Okay, or if apart from Cisco, if you want to go for, let's say, Google Cloud, you want to go for cloud, you want to do anything, let's suppose you want to go for cyber security, okay, anything. These two topics are very, very okay. And right now, when I say IP address, so I'm just mentioning IPv4. Okay, IP address, subnetting, VLSM, and then address resolution protocol. Why I'm saying this? Because when tomorrow you will be sitting in a CCNA interview, so expect there will be a questions from ARP, address resolution protocol, or from subnetting. Okay, so this whole module of ours, which is the first module, which is this one, network fundamental, it is around 2 weeks. It will take our 2 weeks, because the whole week, the one whole week, we will be dedicating to this topic. IP address, subnetting, and VLS. Whole week, one whole week, we are gonna dedicate it. And we are gonna do multiple questions on this one, the subnetting one. Okay, once we will be done with this topic, and make sure this topic is more of a theoretical in nature in comparison to other topics. Theoretical. Now, once we will be covering this topic, then we will go for routing. The next module for our would be routing. So, how we're gonna approach routing? So first of all, we will divide routing into three parts. We're gonna divide our routing into three parts. What are those three parts? One is default routing, static routing, and then dynamic routing. Okay, and this routing module, how we're gonna proceed for this routing module? It will be of both theory plus practical. In one class, we will be performing theory, and in another class, we will be performing the practical. Like for example, one class I'm gonna take in static routing, which will be your theory class, and the other class will be of your practical class in static routing. Similarly, if I go for dynamic routing, like a routing divided into three parts, routing also divided into various parts. And those parts are, this is dynamic routing, which I'm gonna tell you about. such as IGP and EGP. IGP stands for Interior Gateway Protocol, whereas EGP stands for Exterior Gateway Protocol. And in IGP, we have further classifications as well. Okay, one is distance vector and another one is link state. That I will tell you when we will be doing this topic, what's the difference between them. Okay, so in distance vector, we have protocols such as RIP and EIGRP. And in link state, we will be covering topics such as OSPF and ISIS. Have you ever heard about these protocols? Because you are from layer 1, RIP, EIGRP, OSPF. Have you ever heard about these things? Anurag? Hello? Anurag?
Yes.
Yeah, tell me. Is everything clear till here? Anyone is having any question till here?
No, I don't have any question at this time.
Okay, let's go now. So, in the CCNA module, which protocols we will be covering? We will be covering RIP, EIGRP, and OSPF, and redistribution among all of them, among RIP, OSPF, and EIGRP. This we are gonna cover. And Cisco has removed these RIP and EIGRP from their syllabus, but however, we will be covering. We are not gonna leave this topic aside. It's not only the OSPF we are gonna do, we will be covering RIP and EIGRP as well, and OSPF too, and even how to perform redistribution among them as well. So redistribution, I'll just write down here. Redistribution between RIP, EIGRP, and OSPF. And when I talk about EGP, in EGP, we will be having a one protocol which is known as BGP, Border Gateway Protocol, which is IBGP and EBGP. These things. Okay, now once these things will be done, and we're gonna put with this thing. Okay, and make sure a routing module is almost about 2 to 3 weeks. At least it will take 2 to 3 weeks. And in this routing module, the dynamic routing module, this protocol, OSPF is very because when you will be sitting in this in the CCNA interview, so at least 3 to 4 questions are gonna ask you from this OSPF module. Okay, and this OSPF we will be taking at least 6 to 7 classes for this protocol only, because we can do RIP in 2 classes. Okay, similarly EIGRP in 3 classes. However, in OSPF we will be taking more than 6 to 7 classes. There. And when I say this module will be done in both practical and theoretical way, it means where we're gonna do the practical. For practical, we have various different softwares. One is Cisco Packet Tracer. Another one is, apart from Cisco Packet Tracer, we will be having GNS3. We will be having EvenG. Like this, we have multiple software. So for CCNA, just for CCNA, we're gonna stick with our Cisco Packet Tracer, this software. So this is something which I will tell you how to install it. How to install it and from where you can install it. Okay. We will be doing a class on this, from where we can install and from where, how we can install this and from where we can install all of this package. Okay, so all the practicals will be done on Cisco Packet Tracer. All these routing practicals, the static routing, default routing, dynamic routing, whatever has been mentioned on this particular slide. Now, let's move further. So, as I told you, that we're gonna divide our syllabus into 4 modules: theoretical, network fundamentals, routing, switching, and miscellaneous. So routing has also been done. It will also take around 2 to 3 weeks of ours. Okay, around. Now then, let's move on to switching. Switching. Okay. Switching will also take around at least 2 weeks. And this module, switching module, will also be covered both theoretically and practically. And practically is on Cisco Packet Tracer. So, what will be the topics we're gonna cover in switching? In switching, we will be covering topics such as VLANs. Okay. Inter VLAN routing. So we basically have 2 methods of inter VLAN routing. So we are gonna cover both of them. One is, router on a stick, and the other one is switch virtual interface, like this. Okay. The one is router on a stick method. The other one is a switch virtual interface. Then trunking. And in trunking, we have to specifically understand one protocol which is known as DTP, Dynamic Trunking Protocol. Then VLAN Trunking Protocol. VLAN Trunking Protocol. Call it as VTP as well. After VTP, Ether channel. Both static and dynamic. We're gonna cover. Same in the case of port security as well. Yeah, Shankar, you want to ask something? Hello, Shankar, you want to ask something? Sorry. Now, so port security. Okay. After covering port security, we will be going towards the most important topic in switching, which is spanning tree protocol, which is STP, short form STP, spanning tree protocol. This particular protocol is very important. This particular protocol is very, very important for switching point of view. Like in routing, I told you the important one is OSPF. Similarly, here in this, the very important would be our switching part. This one is very, very important. Make sure. Okay. And in an interview, around 2 to 3 questions will easily can be asked. This. So in this spanning tree protocol, we will be giving at least 2 to 3 classes. The rest, all the topics will be done in one class. Okay, then once all of these things would be, and one more thing is encapsulation methods as well. Just add encapsulation methods as well. Yeah. Now, once all everything would be done, this is all part of switching. What we have to cover, and switching will, as I already mentioned, it will take around 2 weeks at least. Okay. Then, once the switching would be done, then we'll start our last topic, which is miscellaneous. So in miscellaneous, we will divide miscellaneous into two parts, because in miscellaneous we have to cover some topics theoretically and some topics, practically. So the topics which we are gonna cover theoretically is FHRP, first hope redundancy protocol, because and in this we have three protocols. One is HSRP, other one is VRRP, the last one is GLBP. And the things which we're gonna cover as a practical point of view will be our ACLs, access control list. Then network address translation, or we can say port address translation. IPv6, IP version 6. Earlier in the basics of fundamentals, so this one. Oh, wait, that's one. In the network fundamentals, I mentioned the topic, which is IP address, but it was IPv4. But in miscellaneous, we will be covering IPv6 as well. Okay, and a little bit more topics such as, IP, DHCP snooping, like those. And when it comes to theoretical would be our automation. Okay, we will be have a look for automation as well. And then, the IP phones, QoS, quality of service. These all things will be covered as a theoretical point of view. And miscellaneous will also take around 2 weeks. So whole of this course, the CCNA course, total is of 40 hours as per Cisco prescribed. As per Cisco, the duration of this course is 40 hours. Okay. And I think that we will be having a 2 hours each class, if I'm not wrong. 2 hours class. Okay, and that will be from 8 to 10. So we will be covering each and everything in a very detailed way, whatever mentioned in a Cisco syllabus. Now I'll just show you Cisco syllabus data. You see, this is Cisco syllabus. Okay, now this is our exam code 200301, and you see how many minutes is a 128 minutes exam based, and what all things we will be getting knowledge about: the IP connectivity, IP services, security fundamentals, automation, and programmability. That's something I've already mentioned. All of things, network fundamentals, you see, each and everything we're gonna discuss. PoE as well. Okay, power over Ethernet. I forgot to mention. Yeah. Then okay. Compare between TCP and UDP, IPv4 addressing, subnetting, okay, private addressing, what are private addressing, configure and verify IPv6 addressing. I've already mentioned in the miscellaneous topics. Okay, IPv6 wireless as well. We will be doing wireless as well. Okay, we will be covering what are non-overlapping Wi-Fi channels. I hope you have ever heard about 2.5, 2.4 gigahertz type of. These are what are overlapping Wi-Fi channels in these. Okay, MAC addressing, frame switching, everything. Okay, and now this comes to trunk ports. Already mentioned encapsulation method 802.1Q. One of these. So you see, this is the whole syllabus which has been given to us. And STP, spine tree protocol. Why I told you because of this thing. Root port, root bridge, the port states, the port fast, everything will be there. Okay, so this all will be comprised of 40 hours. Okay, am I clear on this? You see, this is QoS, DHCP as well, DNS as well, everything. Okay, whatever has been mentioned on the Cisco website, everything will be covered. Okay, and the whole of the course will be done on Cisco Packet Tracer. Everything. Okay, am I clear? So do you have any questions? You guys can ask me any question, whatever questions you have in your mind. Anjali, Arun, Baitlina, Lena, Connor, Gurmeet, Raghav, Rupinder, Satwinder, Shankar, Sneh, Raman, Ravi. Any questions you guys are having, you can ask me now regarding this. No one is having any question. Okay, now let's go further then. Let's understand. So after once you will be doing CCNA, so what will be your job patterns? You see. So you can see freshers with CCNA can expect a salary around from 2.5 to 4.5 lakhs per year. Okay, that is all depend upon how good you will be in your interviews. Okay, totally depend upon how good you will be in your interviews. Okay, and what kind of job roles would be fit. Once you will get once you will complete your CCNA, you can apply for these particular job roles. Wait out. Yeah, you see, network devices. These will be your responsibilities to configure a network device, router or switch. Okay, documenting network engineer. Okay, so network engineer is a job, and then just wait a second. Let's first of all let's have a look at jobs. And you see that we are various company who are hiring for CCNA. So basically, they are looking for CCNA certified as well. Yeah. This one is the job. After CCNA, where you can apply. You can apply as a network engineer, network administrator, IT support specialist, and system administrator. These will be various job profiles. Okay. So I hope I made each and everything clear to you guys. There are no questions in your mind to ask me. If you have, you may ask me. Any question? Yeah, it's okay. So from tomorrow, we will be starting with our CCNA classes. Okay, rest everything you will get to know about the sales team. Okay, they can help you. If you want to roll, you can enroll with us. Okay, so from tomorrow, we will be starting our classes. Okay, so everything will be discussed here. Okay, rest if you will having any questions, okay, you can ask me, you can ask sales team, everything. Okay, and the notes you will also get. You will also get the notes, whatever the PPT notes I will be writing. Okay, you will get this PPT in the PDF form. Okay, so let's meet tomorrow then. I hope you all are good with this and you don't have any question, guys. Betilana, you want to say something?
Oh, I was just going over, like you said, you're talking about routing redistribution,
Yeah, exactly.
and I was wondering if it was the same thing as load balancing.
No, load balancing is something different. Load balancing is not the this thing. Load balancing is
Oh,
something like, for example, you have multiple routes and how you can, like, for example, you will be having a topology something like this. There are two routers which are connected to each like this. It's a topology something like this. Okay. And in router 4, you will be having multiple networks. Let's suppose you have, 20 networks in your R4, which are connected with a LAN network. Now the question is, you want to load balance these 20 networks. You want 10 will go from via R2 and 10 will go via R3. This is something is known as load balancing. Okay.
okay. So
Redistribution.
is this something that we'll be learning in this class, or
Yeah,
is this
if you want, we can take a class on this as well. Don't worry, because
okay?
the all of the protocols which we will be doing, load balancing will yeah, it's there.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, anything else? Okay, redistribution is different thing. Okay, so redistribution is not same as mentioned. Okay, so from tomorrow we will be starting with this classes. Okay, and it will be, I think it will be a 2-hour class. The rest the team will confirm you the exact timing of the class. Okay, so let's meet then. Okay, so bye bye. Have a good day, every one of you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.